Hey folks, welcome to PlayBranson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name's Chris Ma. I'm going to be your host for the show today. And on today's show, we're actually going to be talking to Bruce Herschend. And I don't talk to people about attractions very often on this show, but Bruce has got a new attraction in town called Adventure Cave Tour, something totally unique, something totally different. So we want to talk to him about everything he's doing with that attraction. He was on the show back in 2019 with the Butterfly Palace, which is another attraction he owns in the area. And so we're excited to have him back on the show. A couple vacation tips that we do like to give people periodically is where to go eat in town. And so I have this magazine here called The Taste of Branson, and you'll find this located all over Branson. It has a lot of samples of restaurant menus, and so you can check out a whole bunch of restaurant menus in this publication. And let me tell you, that Sunday on the front, it looks really good. You can find that at Jackie Big Good's Uptown Cafe on Highway 165. So if you want that particular Sunday, you can check that out there. Now, also all around town is this thing called a restaurant map. And it's a great resource for if you're trying to figure out where to go in town, number one. But there are about 10, 11 coupons on there for a variety of restaurants. On the back of it here, there's coupons. There's also a regional map on the back as well. And sometimes having a local map and a regional map are hard to find good ones, but this one has both on it. So ask your hotel for the Branson restaurant map, and you can check that out as well. We'll be back in just a minute with Bruce Herschend.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson, and on today's show we are doing something a little bit different. We are going to talk to a new attraction in town, and we're talking with Bruce Herschend. And Bruce, it's been a couple of years since you've been on the show. Welcome back.
Thank you, Chris. It's fun to be here.
So you've got something new that is going on, and it's the Adventure Cave Tours. And so there's a big history there, and so we can either just get into the show of the cave tour or talk history later, whichever you want to do.
Well, let's first say we started Talking Rock's Cavern, and we're on the same property as them. They have 10 caves on the property.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The Powell family started, and we have 100 years of giving cave tours in what they used to call Fairy Cave, now Talking Rock's Cavern. And now, brand new, we're using those other caves on the property for a wild, fun, exciting adventure.
So when you say 100 years, and of course, Silver Dollar City got their start by giving cave tours, and I don't think people realize how important caves were to the tourism economy of Branson.
Yeah, you go back 60 years and there wasn't a whole lot in this town. And so they were giving cave tours long before that to the fishermen that would come into the area. Got a little too much sun today, looking for something in the shade. And they worked really hard to bring some folks into the area and vacation here without a whole lot of options to do then. Now there's all kinds of things to do.
So I didn't even know that there were 10 caves out there. And so have they been recently discovered, or did you know about them for decades, or?
We've known about them for decades. And actually the Powell family started to open Adventure Cave 70 years ago, but had a flooding issue. And they were just so busy with the other things, they just didn't bother finishing construction. They took a few friends down there for an adventure tour, but there is no road to these caves, and so it was a long walk in those days to get down there and get back. So they do it occasionally, but not all the time. We have cured the mile long by taking our custom Jeep. And this Adventure Cave Tours is really two different attractions in one. the mile of off-road, and when we say off-road, we mean there is no road there.
Right.
We're just picking a path through the trees, and the guides get to change every time we get the stream too much water and it changes course. They've become experts in finding the right path to get people the mile. And really what we're doing, Chris, is doing 4 caves in 4 hours. So the Jeep is great at getting us to the caves. Now, we're not like that other Jeep tour in town that's pink, and they go up high on the mountain. We go to the caves down below. I was just on Pink Jeep, and they do an awesome tour. But we're the ones that will take you to a cave, put the right gear on you. We've done all the logistics, and we're going to go exploring.
That sounds like fun.
We like to say you get to live a day in the life of a real explorer. Now, wild caves can be dangerous, and we have gone through a huge amount of work, a year and a half now in preparations. So we've got all the logistics figured out. There are some passages we're not going to take you through. You're not ready for them, or they need to be protected. There's some passages we reserve for the scientists. We're in the home of some endangered species, so there's some areas we stay away from. But that still gives us miles of passageway that we can have fun in.
Yeah. And one of the things I read about was that you kind of do some team building exercises and some skill assessments before you ever go to the caves, correct?
Very good, Chris. It's important that the guide picks the right passages for you. And we've got several places in the cave where we can take the more adventuresome up high, and the second guide, 2 guides on every tour, keeps the others down on an easy walk that Grandpa can enjoy. And then when they come back together in about 30 feet, so you can see each other doing this stuff, we'll take the kids and we'll dive under and go over. But for the guide to know which passages make sense for you, we put you through a little wooden obstacle course we built. And it's out in the sunshine where the guide can easily see how everybody's doing. And if there are folks that aren't up to the really challenging stuff, we're going to know it ahead of time. We'll plan ourselves accordingly.
Yeah. I think that's really smart. But I think it's really neat because you kind of can see, what's going to happen and what people's assessment level is. So.
And it's so cool to have some family members being able to cheer on others that are doing some cool stuff above us or below us in the side passageway. Adventure Cave has 3 major levels and a couple of minor meanders. They all kind of follow the same path, so we pick which meander and we keep coming back together and seeing each other after very short distances. So we've got a lot of things to choose from.
Yeah. So when you say 4 caves in 4 hours, you have this adventure cave, but then you have other you're going in and out of that one and then hitting 3 others, right?
That's right.
Okay.
We're going to show you one that's very pretty, extraordinarily so. We've got one that's very small, but I like for people to see that among the 7,000 caves in the state of Missouri, a lot of them are small. And we talk about cave dig and meanders in that one, so that's kind of fun. Powell Cave has a lot of neat history. In a place where the people aren't quite sure yet, you can try little things and people can be apart but still be able to see the guide from where they are. So it's a good place to kind of sort out, okay, now how comfortable are you doing this underground?
Now, what I've been told is you don't want to wear a tux when you go on this. You don't want to be in a suit or anything, right?
You will get muddy.
You will get muddy.
These are wild caves. So adventure cave tours, we guarantee you're going to get muddy. You're probably going to get wet up to almost your knee, maybe a little more. And you will bring a change of clothes. We have changing rooms. You will not get back into your cars in those muddy clothes. Yeah.
So this is one of the few attractions I think that kids would love, because what boy doesn't want to get muddy? But it's also like you're getting muddy because you're going into these caves and you're exploring them, and so it's like there are caves you can go in and everything is nice and easy, right? I mean, I'm guessing that's at Talking Rocks, right? You're not going to get muddy in that cave.
That's right, and it has lights that are artistic for you, and it's set up for giving 1 hour walking cave tours through a spectacular cave. but we want to get you quickly into something that's going to be more hands-on fun, literally.
Yeah. Now, so if someone came, I'm guessing they could do both.
They could.
Right.
Talking Rocks doesn't require any reservations. You can just show up. But Adventure Cave, you need to call ahead because our Jeep holds 12 people. If you have more than that want to go on a group, we'll get the second Jeep going. But we don't want the group size to get overwhelming. This is a very personal, and the guide's literally going to be, well, hands-on, usually hands on your feet. So he may be holding your foot in place as you step to the next one. And we're going to be right there to reassure you. You don't need that kind of guide action in Talking Rocks. The stairs are pretty easy for people to get through.
Yeah. We're going to stop right here, and we're going to come back and talk more about Adventure Cave Tours and Talking Rocks. We'll be back in just a moment. Folks, welcome back to the show. We're talking to Bruce Herschend, and he's not an entertainer, but he kind of is. And he is with Adventure Cave Tours. And so, Bruce, you've been in Branson for a long time, right?
All my life.
And so how long have you been in this cave business?
Good question. I was taken in caves by my father when I was itty bitty. In Adventure Cave Tours, I remember as a kid, we'd line the adults up and they'd play pass the kid across the obstacles when it was going to be something that my poor little legs couldn't handle. So I've been caving in these caves for a long time. I was about 20 when I started managing Show Cave, Marvel Cave, and then what's now Talking Rocks Cavern. Took it over as my own business about 27 years ago.
So you've been in this business a long time.
We have seen a bunch. We
Yeah.
figured it out.
But you've been a huge proponent of just caves in the state of Missouri as well. And so I know you've done a lot with other caves just to help promote people going to caves, right?
You're absolutely right. From where you're seeing this, within about a 50-mile radius, there are more show caves than any other spot similar size in the United States.
Wow.
So you guys need to become cave experts because you got all these opportunities around you. And you would think, these caves being close together, they'd be similar. Oh, goodness, no. Completely different. So Crystal Cave in Springfield is brand new, reopened. My son is working at that one. He's doing a great job, great product, fantastic caverns. The one you ride through, definitely different than our customer at Adventure Cave Tours, where we're going to be crawling into it. They just simply ride through it. And a great cave. Save a few wows for the very last room. They're spectacular. Smallin Cave is fantastic. It opened up, reopened 10 years ago. And wonderful people that are running that one. So many caves in the area.
Yeah.
Further out in the state, we've got them up at like the Ozarks and up toward St. Louis and a lot of Missouri caves.
So it's called, and some people call it the cave state, right?
It sure is.
Yeah. So you've got this helmet here, and I'm guessing that everybody that goes on this Adventure Cave Tour, they have to wear a helmet, right?
Yes, it's a great way to hold those lights that are going to shine exactly where you're looking. You'll notice there are more than one light on this hard hat. If we only have 4 hours, we don't want downtime just because of a light. And so we outfit most of the helmets with multiples. The pack that we give everybody has 2 more sources of light. So the caver's rule of 3 sources of light, we beat it, we go with 4 so we can keep moving.
And then as far as what people should wear, I'm guessing jeans or long pants more than shorts. Is that a good advice?
It is. We've had some people show up for our trips in shorts. Mom booked the trip and didn't tell anybody what they were doing that day. So they did okay. They got scratched up, but definitely jeans are a better choice for the things you're going to be crawling over. Rugged shoes is a good idea, and it's a good idea to have them closed, not sandals. Get a little rocks in there as you're walking up the stream, and you're going to be walking in the stream passageway, and it is active. It meanders and moves gravel around, so your guide can't help you with knowing which side to stay on because it's changed since the last time he's been there.
So you don't want brand new shoes.
Probably not.
Probably not, right? Because they're going to get wet.
One of our guides, John, tells people to go to the local thrift store, and for $8 you get a bag full of clothes, as much as you want to put in there. Wear the most outrageous, crazy thing you can find, and then throw them away when you're done.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that cool? Helps
that
them.
Could help
helps
a local
us.
charity.
Yeah.
I love it. And then you can just throw. Yeah, that's an awesome idea.
So if you don't want to go buy an outfit just for the day, you will need to wash the mud out of these when you get home.
Mm-hmm. So you have these humongous Jeep Gladiator trucks that you have outfitted, right? So people sit kind of in the back of them, and that's how they get to the caves.
The guide's on a microphone, or the guide sits with them if it's not a full trip, and we just visit about the different stuff. There's a huge amount of history in this valley. The Indians did a lot here. We see the evidence of where they were doing their work. So we want to be able to talk about that as we go. And at the same time, on the same trip, we want it to be something about you. And so the guide will be talking with you and bringing out in you, what did you like most about that last part? What's going to stick in your memory? And so we're reassuring these things as we go. Hey, next time you want to try the upper passageway? We're talking with you and finding out how you feel about it.
Yeah. Now we mentioned 4 caves, 4 hours, but you also have 2 caves, 2 hours.
We do, and we offer it. Some folks, I don't really like that one.
You don't like? Well, you're the owner, and you can have that opinion, can't you?
We're going to keep doing it because some people need a shorter event.
Right.
But it doesn't give you enough time to really get immersed in some of these opportunities. We get right to the edge of some of the great stuff. Oh, and we're out of time. And so the 4 hour is a better experience, but the 2 hour is a better price.
There you go. Well, if I remember correctly, and I don't have the pricing down here in front of me, the 4 hour was not double the 2 hour, so it's a better value to go to the 4 hour, if I remember correctly.
It is.
And I show that you do that 2 times a day, either 9:30 or 2.
9:15 or 2:15, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, somewhere around there.
It's changed. You're close.
Okay.
Yeah, but get on the website and it'll share with you the times. You can see the schedule, figure out which one you want to sign up for, or go to the website, make sure you understand what it is you're getting yourself into, literally into, and then give us a call and let us help you get guided into the right time.
So if you had to pick a time, is there any difference in the time as far as whether the cave or the experience or any of that, or does it matter?
It really doesn't matter. They're both terrific. At the end of the day, finishing up at 6-ish, you'll be a little hungry. That meal's going to taste great because of what you've been through, and you're hungry and ready for it.
Yeah.
If you do the earlier one, the guide's stomach start growling. When you're about at the end of that one, they're ready for lunch. Don't come out till about 2.
So if I do the second cave tour, and I'm getting done about 6, how late is Talking Rocks open to? Can I go to Talking Rocks after, or should I go to Talking Rocks before?
Talking Rocks before.
Okay.
The last tour is either 5 o'clock through the winter seasons or 6 o'clock during the summer seasons. So Talking Rocks will be done before we get done.
Okay.
So good idea to come on a different day or come way early. It's a 1 hour tour, but you may have to wait 20 or 30 minutes before your tour's available. So come early enough that you got, and there's a whole bunch else to do there.
Well, tell us about that.
If you come to Talking Rocks and you've got some time before or after your tour, there's every place in Branson has miniature golf, don't we? Yeah, so we have a little bit of miniature golf. It's priced low, so it's just something to do. We have a sluice. If you haven't done that, gems mixed into a bag of sand and clay, and you take a few and dip them into the water and you reveal the gems. My friend mixes the mine rough from 16 different mines. So you're not just going to get one thing, you're going to get a great variety. We have nature trails that are free. We have a lookout tower. We have a games area. Think of larger scale version of board games. Our Connect 4 is, this
really big. So you have a lot of things for people to do there besides just the cave tour or the adventure tour. So there's other things that they could do while they're there.
That's right.
Folks, you probably didn't know this. And so you heard it here on Play Branson, all these things to do out at Talking Rocks Cave and Adventure Cave Tours. And so they're all gonna go to the same place to start both of these things, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And the address I have on that is
423
there you go.
Ferry Cave Lane.
Ferry Cave Lane. And that was what it was
Branson
originally
West,
called, right?
Missouri. Yeah.
So,
Ferry Cave.
Branson West. Folks,
Rich history.
if you don't know where Branson West
Beautiful
is, guess what? It's west of Branson. Branson West.
How did they come up with that? What a strange name.
I don't know. They changed the name. It used to be called Lakeview, didn't it?
That's right.
It was Lakeview, and they decided they'd jump on that Branson bandwagon, which I don't blame them. Anyway, so you go to Branson West, you get to the stoplight in Branson West, you take a left, and you'll eventually see the big sign.
I hope so. Boy, if you miss that sign, you're in trouble.
Okay, let's recap this. Adventure Cave Tours. It is outdoors and indoors. If you consider the cave indoor, it's adventure. It's family friendly. It's messy. It's new. It's educational. It's intimate. Am I getting all the adjectives right?
That's right. A successful challenge. Enough challenge to feel like you really accomplished something.
Oh, that's good.
And these people that spend so much time looking at a screen, this is something we do in the real world. You get to enjoy your real skills. And really a big part of why we're doing this is we get to reinforce in you what you can accomplish. So
folks,
a big win with the family. And we're making lifelong memories. These are the ones you're going to be talking about for ages. Chris, we didn't say, don't bring your camera because you're going to be getting wet and muddy, and we don't want your camera to be. If you are new to caving, this is not a photography trip. But the guides have GoPros that are voice activated because even they get muddy. So they can say, GoPro, take a picture, and we'll upload your pictures online because we're not letting you take a camera. And then you can share it on social media. Look what the family did. Oh my goodness, this is terrific.
So when did this open this year?
We started taking friend trips a year ago and worked out a lot of the kinks and bugs. We had a lot to inspect and insure, and so we opened for the public in June.
Okay.
So we're brand new.
So it's not even, it hasn't been that many months yet. And so, folks, I'm telling you, this is going to be something you will not expect in Branson. And so come check it out. Go caving. Do something unique. Do something different. Bruce, we want to thank you for sharing this. It's awesome stuff. And thanks for all you do for our community.
We're having some fun and making people feel good.
There we go. Folks, we'll be back in just a minute to wrap up the show.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We want to thank Bruce for coming out today and talking about Adventure Cave Tours. That's located at 423 Ferry Cave Lane over in Branson West. And you heard it from Bruce. He said do the 4-hour 4-cave experience. Now, if you can't do that, they do have a 2-hour 2-cave experience, but he recommended the 4-hour 4-cave, and I think it is a better value at the end of the day. So go get muddy, go have fun, create some new memories with your family, do something unique and different. Remember, this is limited. Not very many people get to do this every day because it's, the Jeep only holds about 12 people, so you're going to want to book this ahead of time. I thought it was an awesome idea when they said go to a thrift store and just buy some old clothes. You help out a local charity, then you don't even have to wash them, you can throw them away. I guess you could wash them and use them again if you wanted, but anyway, next week's show, I'm really excited about next week's show, guys. We have Barry Arwood. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name right. He is the new guy, the newest member of New South at Grand Country, and I saw him sing the other day, and he did an awesome job. So I'm really looking forward to talking to him. So be sure to check out next week's episode. Also, we always like to let you know who's coming up in Branson that are special limited engagements. And so we've got Matt Gumm's got a show coming around the corner on October 17th. He's got a couple then in December. Ricky Skaggs is here tomorrow night, October 14th. If you're watching this on October 13th when we launch this episode. The Malprass Brothers, November 4th. Those are all at Clay Cooper's Theater. Then over at the Mansion Theater, tonight we have the Oak Ridge Boys on October 13th. They're there. Several more dates throughout the fall and Christmas. Jimmy Fortune is today. He's got one more date, October 20th. We've got the Gatlin Brothers still this month. And next month, the Bellany Brothers, Gene Watson. We've got Home Free, Family Christmas, December 7th. Daniel O'Donnell's coming to town November 2nd through the 17th. And there's just a couple more weeks of the Shepherd's Pumpkin Fest going through October 30th and the Harvest Festival out at Silver Dollar City. So if you're like, man, I haven't even planned my fall trip, you've only got a couple more weeks to do it. And then starting November 1st, we go into Ozark Mountain Christmas. And so you should start planning your Ozark Mountain Christmas trip if you haven't. That's November 1st, and they're starting to push till January 7th. So be sure to come back for Ozark Mountain Christmas shows, lights, the whole shopping. It's a great place to come here at Christmas time. If you need help planning your vacation, you can go to ibranson.com or you can call those folks at 877-ENTERTAIN. They can help plan your entire vacation. Local people trying to help you have a great time while you're here. And I think that wraps up the show today. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with more Play Branson.